Hello, internet world. What's going on? Hello, Twitch. Welcome to another edition of Schtick at home, Schtick Live. We have a bunch of crazy good comics from Chicago, from New York, from DC area, all over the place. We're at an advantage because we get to do fun stuff like that through the interwebs. So we've got all these comics here. We are sponsored by Annoyance. Annoyance is awesome. We're going to be doing this until they reopen their doors. If you have any additional funds to donate their way, every penny counts. So thank you, Annoyance, and thank you guys for tuning in to some awesome internet comedy. I'm going to be your host for the evening, Seth Payne, and we're going to get right into it, guys. It's been a hard year for everyone. But it's been especially hard for me because my kink is masks. So real hard. Let's see. So I just got a haircut, looking a little fresh. Brought the stash back, so I kind of look like an off-duty super trooper. Pretty cool. I actually have a history of people thinking I am a cop or a narc. I just look that way, I guess. When I first moved out to DC, I would go to concerts and try and meet people, and everybody thought I was undercover cop. One person I became friends with brought me to a camping party out in the woods, and I didn't know everybody was tripping on acid there, but they were. And I ended up taking some ecstasy, and I was trying to make friends, so it was very energetic, and I probably looked even more narky than normal. But I would go up to people and be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Seth. Like, it's really nice to meet you." And like people just walk away from me like, "Nope, not today, man. Like, not busting me." Everybody thought I was a cop. Fun stuff. My name is Seth Payne, and it's funny the origin of my name, because when I was born, they had told my parents had me when they were 19. The doctor had told my parents it's 100% going to be a girl. So when I was born, they were surprised and didn't have any names really ready to go. So my mom was like, "Oh, I saw this Seth name in a credit, and it just seems cool." And then my dad was like, "Well, I have a cousin named Chris, and he's really cool. He's like my favorite cousin. We should name him Chris." My mom was like, "Why don't we settle for Seth Christopher Payne?" So that's my full name, which I'm very fortunate for, because my dad's second favorite cousin's name was Louis C.K. So that would have been pretty problematic. I'm one of 9 siblings, a lot of kids, a lot of sex. We're Roman Catholic, but even the priest was like, "Relax, like, you can pull out every once in a while." It's also kind of crazy being one of 9, because my parents have to go through, I don't know if anyone else has a big family, but they'll constantly mess up people's names, and they'll have to go through the roster of like 9 names before they get to mine, which is always pretty funny. One of my brother's names is Dale Jr., and that's a real thing. And anyone else here, I don't think anybody else in the room here is Junior, but anybody watching at home, if your name is Junior, just know that your mother has yelled your name during sex at least once. So that's a fun fact that you can you can tell other people. I usually ask people who's the juniors in the crowd and then roast them. Space Jam 2 is coming out. You guys excited for Space Jam 2? Yeah, fun stuff. Pepe Le Pew, they decided to remove him from the film. He's very problematic. Just a lot of aggressiveness. So they've decided to replace him with Louis C.K. So, oh boy, 2 Louis. How many Louis C.K. jokes do I have? A lot. I have a girlfriend, and she says that the Coke at McDonald's like tastes differently than like store bought. Do you guys agree? Like, she just
yes,
yeah. But for me, it's just weird buying an 8-ball from a fry cook. I do consider myself bisexual in that I ask for sex and people say bye. No, I actually consider myself to be more hetero-flexible because I do yoga. All right. Something funny happened to me before the pandemic. I was actually trying to explore my hetero-flexibility in that I went on this app called Field, I don't know if you guys know about this app, but it's basically for like kinky people, it's for people that just want to explore kinks and stuff like that. And it's a lot of like threesomes and stuff like that. So I'm like, I want to try something with like group in some capacity. I wanted a threesome, but one girl reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're having a foursome," and I was like, "Okay, I can dig it." So I show up with like no knowledge of how to handle this scenario, and I brought a 12-pack of White Claws and a pack of true thing. I got there and it was like really hot. The lights were off, and a dude greeted me who owned the apartment. Winnie the Pooh style, so he had his shirt on, nothing below, and he was like, "Yeah, come join the party." And it was just him and another guy with their shirts on and no pants. And I was like, "Okay." So I'm hanging out in my boxers, and I'm like, the one guy was like trying to get it started, and I was like, "Yeah, maybe we should wait till like the ladies show up, or lady." And essentially, so I was like, all right, let's see how this plays out. I brought Uno, so we're playing Uno, and it's dead quiet. I'm like, can we put some music on or something? And the guy threw on smooth jazz, which I thought that was hilarious. It was really awkward. And then the whole time I'm just complimenting him on his apartment. I'm like, wow, hardwood floors, balcony, nice. Needless to say, the girl never came. But Dan and Reed are two really cool dudes that I'm friends with now. And I will say, even though Dan was trying to get that party started the whole time, he was just, I mean, no one was hard at all at any point, but he was just backing away at it the whole time. He blew Payton, you guys. So that's it. That's my whole set. Love roasting Louis C.K. It would probably do well in New York, right, Chris? Maybe. I don't know if that's not a hot topic anymore. It's fun. We're having fun. We've got so many great comics tonight, and we're gonna kick this party off with a good friend of mine. He's been on before. Please give it up for Peyton Ruddy.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys. Give it up for Seth.
Yay!
Yeah.
Woo!
There we go.
Started to 90s R&B is still playing. There. Head stop. That's how. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. Once again, give it up for Seth, guys. He's doing a great job so far, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You did. That's cool. I met Seth not too long ago. He's a good guy. I met him at this foursome I went to, and he brought these white weird guy. I like Seth, man. This is weird being a Zoom show again because stuff, at least in Chicago, is opening back up, and returning to Zoom shows is just like it's like dealing with personal trauma that I don't want to revisit. Zoom show. But we're back at it, so this is good. But like I said, stuff is opening back up. I went bowling recently. People bowl.
Ooh, yeah.
I love bowling, man. But the thing that bothers me about bowling is the animations on the TV. They need to calm down. Someone just shit their pants. The bowling alley animations on the TV screen need to relax a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be bowling. Anything you do, good or bad, the animations just do some crazy shit all the time, like good or bad. You bowl like a gutter ball, it shows this animation of like a bowling pin begging for crack on the street, like gutter. Okay, what is happening right now? You bowl like a spare, it's just like an animation of these bowling pins doing coke backstage at a Metallica concert. It's like, okay, this is a hand. God forbid you bowl a strike, and then it just comes out of the TV like the ring and starts clubbing an old lady to death. Like, try out an arcade, get yourself in the ring. Right. Applause break. Yeah. Wow. Oh man, I've been trying to stay off social media too as much as I can in lockdown, just for mental health. And I'm out of school, recently graduated school, and all the girls I went to high school with are posting the same thing. They all have the same caption on all their pictures. That's what bothers me the most about social media. All the girls I know just post the same thing. It's a picture, and then the caption just says, "So I did a thing." ... It's it's always something that's not a thing. I mean, I'm glad you're whatever, but it's always like a picture of like they cut their hair, they got a little comma tattoo. It's like, okay, that's not a thing. Do what you want to do. Again, I don't care, but don't call it a thing. I mean, if you're gonna post that on your social media, you got to say, "So I did a thing, ... And then it's like a picture of your boyfriend dead on the bathroom floor. Like that is, I'm having a mental breakdown. Like that's a thing. Oh man. I saw this thing on social media actually a couple months ago called National Left-Handers Day, which is where we're at as society. Now we're just giving who's left-handed here in the Zoom right now? Anyone left-handed? Right. No, we don't give a shit. No one cares. Just use your hands, man. I saw someone post this thing. It said, "I'm left-handed. What's your superpower?" I don't know. Using my right? Who cares? Why are we? No one cares. 2 applause breaks. 2 jokes in. I cannot believe it. Yeah, I've been working out, going to the gym though. I go to Planet Fitness. Does anyone go to Planet Fitness here? You guys have?
Where?
That's cool. I'm the who's broke. I go to Planet Fitness though, and I like Planet Fitness, but I also don't. It's kind of like a love-hate relationship, because Planet Fitness, their whole motto at the gym, all their machines are tattooed in the saying, "No gym intimidation, no judgment zone." Okay, we love you, and this is your weight loss journey, and we're gonna stick with you however long it takes. But Pizza Mondays, we're gonna do Pizza Mondays and Bagel Thursdays. Basically all your gear is for nothing. $10 a month. Planet Fitness. But the other thing that bothers me about Planet Fitness is on the TVs above their machines, they have this commercial that says, "Download the Planet Fitness app and pick the song you want to hear at the gym." Who has the balls to pick a song for everyone in the gym to listen to? No, not me. I could not do that. This song was picked by Adam. You're just running on a treadmill. "The pussy tastes like bubble gum." You're like, what is happening right now? Pick this song. I love the Jonas Brothers. All right. Yeah. Weed has been legal for over a year now, right? Some weed smokers here.
Ooh, just me.
All raising your hands. You're all high now. That's crazy though. That the weed store is the thing. Like you can go to the store for weed. Isn't that weird? That's kind of insane to me that you can say that now. You can go, "Hey, I'm going out. You think I'm going to get weed at the store?" By the way, like that's what grocery lists are looking like. People's grocery lists, just milk, egg, bread, OG Kush, looking good, looking good. There we go. And that's an actual excuse, like to get out of stuff now, smoking weed. Because it's legal. It's not a degenerate thing anymore. Like your mom could text you, be like, "Hey, you want to go out to lunch?" You'd be like, "Actually, I'm getting absolutely toasted this evening." So pretty busy. I don't know. I have a full mason jar, all 8 Harry Potters. I'm pretty booked till next Tuesday. So why don't we revisit? All right, guys. Well, that's been me, unfortunately. I'm ready. Keep it going. Seth, guys, hey.
Yeah. Here we go. Got some tunes playing. I'm gonna pin this. Oh yeah. Awesome. Hell yeah. Keep it going for Peyton Ruddy. We got Perry Carter later. Oh my gosh. We did actually in Chicago here start to open up a little bit, which is cool. I throw a Thursday night show, 50% capacity over at Laughs at Lakeview is what it's called, at Lakeview Tap Room. And it's been really fun. It's been fun seeing everybody again. It's been really fun doing these shows to see everyone and connect with everybody. So we're getting there slowly but surely, guys. Heck yeah. Let's go nuts for our next performer coming to the stage. Give it up for Perry Carter.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you for that. Yeah, I like it being announced as if I'm coming onto the stage, because that means the stage can look like whatever I want in my mind. So That's a fun little imaginative exercise. Let's see. So lots of talk about Chicago tonight. That's where I myself live too. So I'm in good company. And I live in Wicker Park normally, but at this moment I am house sitting in Little Italy / Little Village is sort of where it is, which has been nice because it's a very nice apartment, much nicer than where I live normally. And it's been cool to like get ready and not use my toilet as a vanity, which is what I do in my normal life. So as I said, this is a very nice apartment and maybe not the best part of town. And I think the owners of the apartment would agree with me on that too. For example, like there was like a shooting, a couple of days ago, pretty close to where I am right now. But again, the apartment is sick. And where I live in Wicker Park, like that's sort of known as like kind of a nicer area of town. And I don't live in the nicest of apartments there. So basically what I'm saying is right now I'm living inside of a sort of uncreative would you rather. And it's okay. And I think I would rather where I am now. So I will be sad when my friends come back from vacation because I will have to return to my hovel. I have a younger brother and he just turned 21, which is very exciting on face. However, so it's sort of odd to turn 21 in our family, especially if you're my brother. So my dad actually is an alcoholic and has struggled for many years with with drinking, and my brother actually has a history of abuse of marijuana. And so when you turn 21, it's very funny to me. It's really not that funny. This is my first time trying this, but I think it's funny to celebrate a birthday that revolves around substance abuse when you're being thrown a party by someone with a history of substance abuse, and the person at the center of the party has their own history with it. So God bless him. God bless me for trying that. No, so it was sort of more about my dad. So my dad, I was on the phone with him recently, and he said that he feels so blessed that he's able to, at the age of 53, be semi-retired. And I thought I'd never heard him refer to his current position that way. And I'm here to tell you guys that actually it's very easy to be semi-retired at the age of 53. Here's all that you have to do. One, marry a woman who is very fiscally responsible, a workhorse, and has a deep down fear of abandonment. Two, work at a Fortune 500 company and then get fired at the age of 51 for drinking on the job. And there you go. You can be semi-retired at age 53. You can all attain this. So sort of some news from my personal life. So I am dating someone, and he is somebody who actually played rugby in college. And what that means is that if I had a nickel for every time someone at a party told me that Guinness is actually a red beer, it's actually the color red, I would have lots and lots of nickels. That is something that they love to talk about at a rugby party. So I have been dating, I guess we'll call him my boyfriend for 3 to 4 months, depending on which of us you ask. And what I learned recently is that is not quite long enough to get invited to his sister's wedding this fall. Yeah, that was broken to me recently. However, I just followed his sister's dog on Instagram. So hopefully that sort of pushes me over the line. Prayers up, everyone. Prayers up. The last thing I'll say is so it's canon in my family that my mom hates peas. She finds them disgusting. However, she and my dad are renovating their house in North Carolina, and what they've decided to put down for the walkways outside is this stuff called pea gravel, which is like gravel, but smaller, the size of a pea, if you can imagine. And my mom thinks it's so cool. She saw it at the art museum. She's thrilled about it. I think it's very funny that by adding the word gravel to the end of something my mom doesn't like, she then likes it. And I wonder, could this work for other things too? Like if we call it the all nude play I did in college, Gravel, will my mom finally not be ashamed of me? I'll get back to you guys on that one. But I'll leave it there for tonight. Thanks, Seth, for doing this. And to you guys at home for watching.
Yeah, give it up for Perry, everybody.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, Perry's the best. And I'm so excited to do more shows with you in the future and see you around town. So many more good comics coming your way. We've got a new guy on the Schtick side of things coming to the stage, but he's an old school friend of mine from college. So pumped to have him here. He's killing it with comedy up in New York, and he's going to grace us tonight with a set. So give it up for Chris Donahue.
Woo!
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me, Seth.
Here we go.
Am I live?
You are live, my dude.
Great. Thanks for having me, Seth. Yeah, before the pandemic started, I worked in an office, and there was an apartment across the street from the office that you could see into. And one morning I came into work, and a group of my coworkers were like, "Oh my God, Chris, last night we were in the office late. We saw the guy in the apartment across the street jerking off. It was so weird." Was it? Was it weird? Was it weird that he was jerking off in his own apartment while you all gathered around to watch it? Like, who's the weird one in that situation? Once the pandemic started, I lost that job, unfortunately. So I've been applying to other jobs, and I applied to this one job recently where they asked me to write an acrostic poem using my name as a writing sample.
Oh my God.
Yeah, a little silly. But I wanted to share with you guys what I submitted to that application. So my name is Chris. It's CHRIS, and this is what I submitted. C, can't believe you would. H, have a potential employee. R, reply to a job application. I, in a way that was designed for. S, someone in kindergarten. I did not get that job. That's 100% true. I actually did submit that to a job, and they never got back to me. I'm not really sure why, but during the pandemic, I've been watching a lot of football with my pod bros. Bills fan, just like Seth. I'm a Bills fan, but I'm honestly not that big of a fan of football in general. But I do love fun facts about football. Like, did you guys know that in 1945, when Cleveland was founding their football team, they let the whole city decide on the name? So that means the mayor of Cleveland was like, "All right, gang, we got a new football team. What are we going to name it?" And a majority of the city was like, "Brown." And the mayor's like, "Well, we're known for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Maybe we could do something with music." And they're like, "Brown." And the mayor was like, "Okay, we're the Cleveland Browns. Now we need a mascot." And a majority of the city was like, "Well, we're a football team. What about a football helmet?" And the mayor of Cleveland's like, "Okay, we're the Cleveland Browns. Our mascot is a brown football helmet." And the city was like, "No, the football helmet's got to be burnt orange." That'd be like if a football team named themselves the Washington Football Team. I've been buzzing my own hair during the pandemic, but I'm fully vaccinated now, so I decided to go get a professional haircut. And my best friend Keith Barker, his wife actually cuts my hair, And I don't know why, but he always gets mad that I refer to it as a trim job. But what am I supposed to call it when she's cutting the hair out of my butthole? You guys should see the way I sit in the chair. I heard that's what that Ludacris song was originally about. Face down, ass up. That's the way we like haircuts. Yeah. Have we all been watching porn throughout the pandemic? Yeah. It's natural.
Yeah.
It's, I'm a red-blooded American like the rest of you. I enjoy the occasional pornography. But sometimes I get a little nervous about what I search for. Like I try to be extra careful about what I search for. Like the other day, I sat down on my computer and I typed in barely legal, but definitely legal. I don't want to get in any trouble with the law. I live with my girlfriend, which has been great throughout the pandemic. It's great not being single anymore. It's been a long time that we've been together, but before we got together, I used to do all like the dating apps. I was on like Tinder, Bumble, OkCupid, JDate, Christian Mingle, Farmers Only, Black People Meet, just really anywhere that I could get my name out there. And on these apps, I'd be talking to these girls, and when they stopped responding to me, I thought it was funny to write to them and be like, "Are you dead?" And none of them ever responded. So I just want to take a moment of silence for all those dead girls. All right, thanks guys. That's my set. Thanks Seth so much. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Here we go for Chris, everybody. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh man, that's great. I know exactly who he's talking about with Keith. We were all good buddies back in the day. Miss seeing everybody, but hey, I get to see you here with a fresh cut. We're gonna keep chugging along. We've got another newbie to the Schtick fam joining us today. Super excited to have her. Give it up for Nina Kern.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, you heard Seth right. My name is Nina. My parents hate me. Yeah. When my mom was pregnant with me, my grandma really, really wanted me to be named Caroline. I'm not really sure why, but she like begged my parents to name me Caroline. And my dad was like, I wasn't going to name you Caroline. I don't know how to spell it.
What?
And I'm like, you named me Nina and you didn't know how to say it. I don't get it. Chris was talking about dating during quarantine. It's been pretty rough out here to date he was talking about pre-quarantine when he was on the apps. But yeah, dating's been pretty rough. I actually had 2 breakups during this quarantine, which was awful. One of them really, really messed with me though, because he had a Harry Potter tattoo. And I'm just like, how do you think that the Deathly Hallows on your ribs forever is a better decision than me? I don't understand it. Is it because I'm a Hufflepuff? Love being a Hufflepuff. Then I started dating somebody new, and we were in the kitchen in his house, and this was crazy. We dated for like 3 weeks. And well, at that point we had dated for 3 weeks, and we're standing in the kitchen and the light hits his neck just right. And I realized that he has a tattoo on his neck. I had no idea. And I was like, oh, you have a tattoo on your neck. I couldn't tell what it was. I was like, what is it? He's like, Batman with chain links. So I went from Harry Potter to Batman with chain links. How am I fucking all these secret nerds? I just don't understand it. And what was crazy about that relationship, I get a lot of flack for this, but Batman tattoo, he was actually married, but they were separated. So I'm not a, home wrecker. And they had an open relationship before they were separated, which is probably why they were separated. But I really do miss dating him. I miss dating a married guy because when you spent the night at their house, you could use their wife's moisturizer. And that shit was nice because she was like 40. It was thick. I should have taken a picture of it. I don't remember what it was. Because when you go to like single guys' houses and you ask them for lotion to put on your face, they just hand you a tub of Vaseline and there's always pubes in it. What do you want me to do with this? You want me to put this on my face? I'm good. I'm good. And it's been even harder dating because I just got banned from Tinder for the third time. I don't know. They keep banning me, which like this last time it was completely understandable. So I was at home and I was playing my favorite game of swipe right on everybody for validation. So I'm swiping right and this guy messages me and his name is actually also Seth, but so this other Seth messages me and he's like, "Are you getting into any trouble tonight?" I'm like, "It's Wednesday. I'm eating spaghetti." No, I'm not. We're not getting into any trouble. Well, "Are you getting into any trouble tonight?" quickly turns into, "What do I have to do to fuck you tonight?" And I was like, "Okay, we can play this game. That's fine." So I was like, "Bring me some chips." And he's like, "What? Seriously?" I'm like, "Yeah, if you want to fuck me, bring me some chips." He's like, "Well, what kind?" I'm like, "I don't know, wavy, but I'm clearly not picky, so any chips will do." So then he's like, "Wait a minute, this is way too easy." He accuses me of being a bot, which is the nicest compliment I have ever gotten in my life. I was like, "Oh, you think I'm hot enough to be a bot? Okay, maybe I will let you fuck me." You know? And so anyway, I finally convince him that I'm real and I give him my address. So my address is 3246 North Halstead Street. 3246 North Halstead Street is Steamworks in Boys Town in Chicago. If you do not know what Steamworks is, it is a all-male bathhouse and they do stuff to each other. Yeah. So he's live texting me from the Uber and he's like, "I'm 7 minutes away. I'm 5 minutes away. I forgot the chips." I was like, "God damn it, Seth. That's all I asked you to bring was the chips." And so he shows up and he's like, "You're not here." I'm like, "Yeah, because you wanted to get fucked tonight. And now you're going to get fucked in ways you never even imagined." Thanks so much, you guys. I'm Nina. Thanks for having me, Seth.
Give it up for Nina, everybody. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's the tunes. And here's the change of the screen. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're chugging along. That was great. Nina, I think I saw your eyes light up when I was talking about Field before, too. Are you familiar with that one as well?
Yes. I know what you're talking about. I tried it one time and then got so scared I deleted it.
It's pretty intense. You end up playing Uno with half-naked guys. I don't know if that's true. Hey, man. Whatever floats your boat. And we're going to keep floating along here to our next comic. She's been on a bunch of times before. I'm pretty sure this is like the only place you've done comedy, right? Right?
I was on Stacey Axler's.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Stacey Axler is one of our dear friends from DC who also hosts a bunch of awesome online shows that some of the people here have been on. And hit her up. Definitely watch her shows as well. I think it's Comedy is Calling.
Yeah.
I think that show. Yeah. Check it out for sure. A little plug for her. But anyway, we're so happy to have her back. Give it up for Ray Morgan.
All right.
Ray, I know you need to share the host on one sec.
Make me the host. All right. I'm taking over this ship. Am I in? Okay.
Stand by. Gotta find you. There we go.
Slight delay just because I am showing a presentation. Oh, I'm the host.
There you go.
Y'all better watch out. Continuing. Okay. So my name is Ray Morgan. Today I'm going to go through a presentation. I just have a quick question. Can you guys, Seth, can you see like the slides on the left or can you only see the current slide?
Just the current slide.
Perfect.
Yeah, just current.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Now we can begin. Okay, I'm glad we talked about social media a little bit and how it sucks today because I'm going right into Twitter. So this is my Twitter account. This is not a plug. I do not expect you to follow me because I actually do not really tweet on here anymore. But there is a reason for that. Oh, one sec. So today we're going to go through tweets of mine that should receive more likes. So what you're going to see today is why specific tweets of mine should have received more favorites. And what you're going to feel today is what's called secondhand embarrassment, which is the feeling of embarrassment from observing the embarrassing actions of another person. Whether that has to do with my tweets or the fact that I made this presentation is up to you. So I had dozens of examples, but I just chose 5 for this. So yeah, we're starting up with this good one from September 12th, 2020. Isn't it weird that there are things that aren't dirt that we still call dirty? So I thought I'd bring in some constructive feedback for these, you know? So I have this what I could have done better. So I was like, okay, maybe wording could be a step up. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. There's a lot of TH words. But then I thought about it again and I was like, fuck that, I'm fine. And so as for why it deserved more likes, very smart question and one that I had never heard before. So once I tweeted it, only got 6 likes. I was like, maybe people just don't understand it. So I added a reply. They have no dirt on them, but they're referred to as dirty. This is odd. And was absolutely fucking humiliated with 4 likes, even less than the first one. So when it comes to this kind of tweet in general, you know, 6 likes, I think like realistically, it, you know, would shoot up somewhere around 38K. Next up, this is my favorite and least liked tweet ever. So here you see different traffic signals with the caption, "Why you giving mixed signals, baby?" So what I could have done better here doesn't even need to be discussed. I deserved, you're going to see a lot of those. So I deserved more like super rare content. I did not Photoshop this. This is real. It's on a real street in Chicago. And I've never seen anything like it before. There's a visual cue. You're scrolling down your timeline. Image pops out, brings you in. You should have fucking liked it. And then this perfected kind of like douche fratty tone, you know, everywhere from like the U to like the missing G on giving and then the baby at the end. So here, you know, in this situation, it got 1 like, but I'm if I were to guesstimate like realistically where I'd clock it at, probably around like 1 million likes. So here you'll see a text conversation in which a box of kittens is shown and the caption, "Picking up my new foster kittens today," and oh my fucking god. So if you look below, you'll see that there were 3 retweets, 1 quote tweet, and 44 likes. And you might be like, Ray, you know, what's the problem with this one? And the answer is there is no problem yet. So people seem to be into this. So I followed up, posted a video. We got all these fucking cats jumping around my apartment. 1 retweet, 20 likes. I'm like, okay, we're on a roll. Let's keep this going. And I post this one of the 4 kittens snuggling with their mom. And yeah, you fucking guessed it, 6 likes. What I could have done better, we know. Like, this is such an interesting. It's genuinely like I captured a special moment. The mom was not yet in these shots. You know, up till now, it seemed to be what they fucking wanted based on, you know, my reception. And there's 4 fucking kittens right there. I think people had really just taken for granted, like, how special that situation was. Too bad they are not forgiven. So this one had 1 retweet, 6 likes. Where it should have been, I'm thinking, is like 10K retweets, 52K likes. Next up, number 3. Woo! Okay, so Nelly Furtado really flew away, huh? That's right, 3 likes. What I could have done better? Not a goddamn thing. Why it deserved more likes? Okay, so I'm gonna yell at you guys like you're my followers, but you're not. But I'm gonna yell at you like they are because this is cathartic for me. Did you not fucking know that Nelly Furtado was one of the biggest stars of the 2000s? The song I'm referencing, "I'm Like a Bird," Want to fly away. Won a Grammy for Best Pop Vocal Performance, and this is a very popular phrasing format on Twitter. The so and then the huh. It's talking about how she really, she's talking about flying away. She did. She's off the pop culture scene, whatever. So if those things have been brought into account, I would say this one's around like 18K likes, and just because it's like a popular topic, I think there's some like replies in here too, like maybe. Last but not least, July 24th, 2019 saw the tweet, "Life is just a long tempo run." This got 12 likes, so like not horrible, but I still think I deserve better. Who can guess what it's gonna say? All right. So why I think this one deserved more likes is pretty fucking obvious. Everybody knows Temple Run. In 2012, I looked up stats. 13 million players did that per day. Very relevant, and it's fucking funny. Life isn't a tempo run. I brought in the fucking trademark. I don't get where it's not connecting. And unique perspective. It's amazing. So, here, 12 likes. I gave a sneak peek. I'm thinking around like 164K likes right here. Because I've seen some tweets on my timeline with this many likes, and they were nothing compared. So, in full, I also, I went to showing tweets that could have been, had my self-esteem not been battered to bits by my fake friends. This was actually my first draft of the presentation had this in it, and I was going to edit it, and I'm like, nah, this is perfect. So these are tweets that have been relegated to my notes app. I need to see Snoop Dogg in drag that people could have seen. Have you all ever lifted the lid on your humidifier while it's turned on? What is happening under there? Have you guys fucking seen it? Yeah. Car wash. I want to say, and this is how you repay me, to someone just once. Is it a butter knife or is it a long flat spoon? Because there's no fucking knife on there. I wonder if, these are, once again, reminding everybody, these are all my potential tweets. That could have been. I wonder if this sound of pee has ever been used in a song because the porcelain makes for a great amphitheater. Naming my plants after my exes so that when they die, it's sad, but not like the worst thing. No man who's worn cow pajamas can get in my pants. And best of all, is my Airbnb host Cotton Eye Joe? I have no idea. He was there, and I couldn't find him. So, in full, thank you for your empathy. This was healing for me, and I thank you all for joining this journey. Thank you.
For Ray Morgan, everybody. And Ray, if you can make me the co-host again.
I don't know about it, Seth.
Rad.
I'm having a good ass time. Okay, wait. Can you tell me how to do it? I don't know how. Do I? Oh, maybe I click on you on the side. Oh, I'm putting options together.
It's all good. Yeah, you go to participants and then.
Yep. I made video you the host.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. That is perfect. Thanks, guys. Keep it going for Ray with her PowerPoint. Obviously, follow her on Twitter and get those numbers up. Come on, let's go, guys.
Whenever I decide to go back on, I've been hurt.
I loved it. We were cracking up. Let's keep that fun, happy energy going with our next presenter, with our next comedian coming up here. She's done a bunch of internet stuff. We used to do a bunch of comedy together back in DC. It's so great to see her again. Give it up for Sandy Bernstein.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay. Well, thank you, Seth. Well, so I'm waiting till I'm spotlighted.
Oh,
okay.
You're good. You're good.
I'm good? Okay, great. All righty. So my name is Sandy Bernstein, and I am a proud member of the Barren Womb Club, meaning I am childless by choice with no regrets. Yeah. Did I get a woot woot? So I'm also 59. Thank you. I'm also 59 years old and divorced. And when I remarried, I made an upgrade. Now, this one's an older model, but he's low mileage, low maintenance, and burns a lot less gas. Yes. Notice how I made the clever fart joke. But speaking of old farts, I am 10 years younger, but I don't consider myself a trophy wife. I'm more of a geezer pleaser. Now, you might be wondering, how I feel about this 10-year age difference. And honestly, at our age, it's not that big a deal. In fact, I think he is probably going to outlive me because all the men in his family have made it well into their 90s. Whereas my family, I'll be lucky if I make it to 75, what with all the cancer and dementia and matzo balls. So I asked my husband if he'd be willing to change my diaper in my golden years. And he's like, oh, I'll cut you loose out back. And once a week, I'll hose you down in the driveway. Yeah, he's a sentimental guy. So when he said, my heart skipped a beat, I was like, oh, how romantic. He's like, no, I'm going into AFib and my Apple Watch thinks I'm having a heart attack. But instead of calling an ambulance, it's showing me ads for beta blockers. So anyway, guys, how are those New Year's resolutions going? I made a resolution to get more sleep, but my husband resented the snoring during sex. His favorite comedian is Bill Cosby. I thought he'd be more receptive. Oh, wait, was that offensive? Oh, guys, speaking of offensive, does anybody here have a significant other who shares inappropriate photos on social media? Anybody? or am I the only freak in here? Well, my husband's been doing that. And I started to get negative comments. So I asked him to stop posting pictures of me eating dessert. Yeah, nudes and sex videos would have been less embarrassing. And he's like, sweetheart, why would I post videos of us having sex? That would be stupid. You look so much happier when you're eating. Okay, well, I've had it talking about him. I'm going to talk about myself now. Full disclosure, I am a bad driver. Okay. I've been in so many accidents that I have replaced my business card with copies of my insurance card. And I've had to swap those out every few months. I thought I was in good hands with Allstate until the good hands people washed me off their hands. Yeah, it took them less than 20 seconds. They didn't even get through the first course of Happy Birthday. Well, so then I was covered by Liberty Mutual. You know what their policy is? Responsibility. What their slogan is, I should say. Responsibility. What's your policy? Well, my policy got canceled and Liberty left me to drown in the Hudson. So, now I found a better state with State Farm. And, I really could use a good neighbor because mine's been a real prick ever since I ran over its mailbox. So anyway, I've had so many fender benders that my body shop considers me family. Not only do they send me Christmas cards, last year, they made me the guest of honor at their holiday party. Yeah, they even named a painting bay after me for putting their 4 kids through college. Who knew that Bernstein's Boo Boo Bay could finance a Harvard education? So yesterday, I mowed down a children playing sign. Thank God there were no children playing. Well, they saw me coming and they ran for their lives, okay? But I got to stop cutting through the park, man. These damn kids are everywhere. And it's a fine line between the road and a walking path. They really need to put the sign back up. It's been over a month since I knocked over the last one. Yeah, so if you're wondering how I can afford all these deductibles, well, I've had to take on a second job. So now I am moonlighting for Uber. They see nothing wrong with my driving. I never get any parking tickets because I know how to take care of those signs. Anyway, oh, I'm sorry. My husband is calling me. He's cutting a piece of cheesecake and setting up the tripod. So yeah, I got my cheesecake. Anyway, guys, you've been a lot of fun. I'm Sandy Bernstein. Thank you so much.
Yay! Woo!
Yo, hold on one second, guys. Keep it going for Sandy, everybody.
Woo!
Oh yeah. And let me bring myself back on to the screen. There we go. For you guys at home, where I am streaming from my apartment, as you can tell. So we did have a couple of glitches there. I apologize. Sorry, Sandy. The good thing is we're gonna have this up on YouTube afterwards, so you can watch it again. So sorry about the technical difficulties, but that was a great set regardless. I loved it. And it was so great to see you again. Hey, we got 2 more comics left. Thank you guys for sticking around. I've saved the best for last. So excited to see these guys again. Give it up for your next comic coming to the stage, Ryan Brookshire.
Woo! Thanks, Seth. Keep it going for Sandy, everyone.
Yeah.
First of all, yes, I am a talking dog who also does stand-up. You get it. My humans call me Rex, but you can call me anything you want as long as you've got treats. Freaking love treats. Yeah, I know how I look. I have resting me face. It's just my face, but I assure you, I feel the full range of canine emotion. The big 5. Excited, expectant, eager, happy, and sleepy. Also boners. Speaking of, by round of applause, how many single fellas we have here tonight?
Woo!
Yeah, I know the whole Twitch audience is on mute, but my hearing's just that good. Handshakes are so impersonal, am I right? All right. I mean, who doesn't prefer a face licking? Or to be perfectly honest, a good butt sniff. Some stereotypes are true, y'all. There's a lot of good info buried up there. That's just a fact. You know, if tests weren't culturally biased, there'd be a smell section on the SAT. Dogs would ace it, and humans would fold with the high card deuce. Yeah, even your best sommelier can't tell a squirrel from a skunk at 600 yards. Humans are nice, but nose dumb. I said it. We're not a monolith, though. For example, don't assume I like belly rubs. I mean, I do. I freaking love belly rubs. But, like, wait for me to ask, you know? Can we talk about names? Rex means king, but I don't know any king who has to ask for permission to take a tinkle. Am I wrong? Duke, princess, major, champ. It's patronizing. You know, Frank, there's a name. Deborah, Kyle. What's the deal with dry food? Do you eat cereal without milk? Ooh, yeah, give me that food. It's so dry. Does that sound like me? Now, humans have a lot of dog and a lot of sayings. Have you noticed this? Men are dogs. What, loyal, attentive, reliable? Not what I heard. All me's go to heaven. Yeah, nice utopian sentiment, but how about some treats right now, gatekeeper? Let sleeping me's lie. Yeah, that one's true. Don't wake me up just because you're bored. Rude. Every me has his day. Psh, every day it's good to be me. I freaking love life. Oh! Oh! The me days of summer. I had to look that one up. It's when the sun's in the same part of the sky as Sirius, the brightest star in the greater dog constellation Canis Major. You know who's a major Canis in my anus? Mail carriers. I freaking hate mail carriers. Oh, throw a me a bone. That one's true too. Freaking love bones. Raining like cats and me's. What, are we man's best friend or a belligerent precipitation? Someone's in the me house? Look, just because you forgot your wife's birthday, Tyler, doesn't mean you can say hurtful things about my home. I like my tiny house, okay? Here's the last one. A book with me-eared pages. Well loved. Doggone right. All right, y'all, before I go, I have time for a lightning round of FAQs. Lightning, terrifying. Cats, love them. Squirrels, smug. Table scraps, always. Spay and neuter, ethical. Grooming, yes, please. Westminster, political. And cancel culture, not a real thing. It's just consequences. All right, I got to go do some zoomies and then take a couple of naps. But my human Ryan wants you to know he's on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Correct Behavior. Thank you all. Thank you, Annoyance and Schtick. Freaking love you. Woo!
Yeah. Keep it going for Ryan, everybody. Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Here we go. Bringing it back. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Are you guys ready for your last comic of the evening? Oh, my gosh. The buildup is crazy. Yeah. We are going to have so much fun with this last comedian. So good to see her again. She now lives in Chicago. Used to be in DC. She's all over the place. And you were in Seattle for like a hot minute there as well. She's all over the place. But I'm glad that she is in the Windy City with me now, with some of the other people here too. We're going to party together soon. It's going to be great. Give it up for Felicia Barnes.
Woo! Hello. Oh my gosh.
There we go.
While things are getting started, I just got to say, I'm really grateful that we're doing it. I mean, it is really weird not being able to hear the audience laugh. So just please be laughing, because I would just hate to tell my mom that I did the show and no one laughed, you know. I'm just kidding. I would not tell her that. We haven't spoken in years, actually. That's actually not a joke. That's a boundary. Speaking of trauma, it's been a really long winter, and this is actually the first time I've worn makeup, I don't know if you can tell, in months, and I kind of feel like a princess, like Snow White, you know? Like, I feel like you can see it. Like, I basically live in a forest, look at all my plants, right? I sing to myself all day, and I have a witch of a stepmom. That is a joke, because I don't have a stepmom. My parents are still together, unfortunately. But like Seth said, I'm new to Chicago, and I can't believe I'm going to tell you this. I think I've actually met somebody. We went pretty far. This is crazy. It was a woman. We were basically strangers. Just like a little bit of small talk, and then she started with some really probing personal questions. And then she was like, take off your clothes, you know, and put on this hospital robe, you know? And I was like, oh my God, you know? So she hasn't called me back yet with my biopsy results, but I got my fingers crossed, you know? And I guess in the meantime, you know, I've been looking around, looking on the apps, trying to get a sense of like, what are the guys like here? Like I said, I lived in DC for a long time, and that's a place where like LinkedIn is basically a dating site. Which nobody warns you at first, you know, that like random men are going to want to connect with you and have you recommend them, right, in a professional setting. So I've had to block like lots of random dudes, and my mom on LinkedIn, you know, it's just weird. No, that's a joke. I've only blocked my mom on LinkedIn. It's just her, you know, it's fine. But here, what's kind of fun is I've noticed that the guys in Chicago, I don't know, they're like more forthright and vulnerable. Like they're volunteering information that I just wouldn't expect, you know, not in person. God, no, I'm not going anywhere. You know, I'm like a modern day Rapunzel, just like on a third story walk up. It's too high, you know, just growing my hair like longer and longer and longer, you know, waiting for someone to pull it, but nobody comes. But anywho, on the apps, it's been really exciting seeing this because I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but there's a lot of guys who say that they're looking for something casual, but then they say that they want kids, you know? And it's just like, I'm just so touched that like, wow, like you only want to have sex with me and like no emotional attachment, like you don't want a future, but like you still want me to know you deeply, you know? It's just so nice, you know. It's like someone, you know, telling them about, you know, their plans to retire with another woman, you know. It's like, wow, I just feel so special. So I've just been trying to soak that in. Though I do sometimes kind of like wonder in my brain, like, is it that they're just being really vulnerable and forthright? Or is it that they secretly want to have like a fool's rush in kind of scenario? Okay, no one's responding because I'm all older than you. So Fool's Rush In was the 1997 version of Knocked Up with Salma Hayek instead of Katherine Bigelow. So infinitely better. And, you know, you got your classic like workaholic Matthew Perry, who you probably know from watching Friends at Nick at Night. He's this like super workaholic, right? He designs nightclubs. They're truly heinous, but they have this one night stand. You know, he really likes her, but she disappears. And then she shows up pregnant and then they fall in love and they try and make it work. And I just got to say, like, this movie has literally everything. I made a list because I need you to watch this movie. Okay. It has superstitious grandmothers, dramatic home redecorations, multiple Hoover Dam scenes with multiple different emotional vibes. Okay. So if you were just like, oh my God, where's the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in my emotional landscape, right? This movie's for you. It has a meet cute outside of a restaurant bathroom. That's nice. When are we going to do that again? Snakes. A Star Wars joke that does not land. So like super relatable, you know, just like really Earth of the People. Tamales, which I just love. OSHA inspections. So again, grounded, like real world problems, you know. Hard-headed bosses, classic of the trope. The hot aunt from the 90s Sabrina show, which you've also probably never seen, but you should. Fritz Howard from The Closer and Major Crimes, which you've probably not watched because you are not obsessed with crime dramas, but you should. Las Vegas, local government corruption, right? So it's also political, you know, and then you have like the cultures. I mean, this movie literally has everything. And I just got to say to all the men out there, if you are telling me that you want to have kids, but you want it to be casual because you're like hoping we're going to trip into this, like, thank you so much. I just need you to know that in this scenario, I'm not Salma Hayek. Like, I'm Matthew Perry. And there's no version of this rom-com Accidentally Like Pregnant where it's two Matthew Perrys like riding off into the sunset. So just fair warning. Yeah. And that's my time. Thank you guys.
We're going for Felicia, everybody. Yeah. Playing some tunes, bringing me back on the screen. Oh, yeah. I've totally seen Fool's Rush In. I just wanted you to go through all the parts again. We watched that. My family loves that movie, actually. It's really
great.
Highly suggested. She's not just speaking a big game. Go download it. I was going to say go rent it. And I'm like, oh, man. Do people rent things? Do they go to the Red Box anymore? Do those exist? I know there's one more Blockbuster still hanging on by a thread. And there's a documentary about it. You should check it out. You guys, that's been our show tonight. Oh my gosh. Can we get like a little round of applause for everybody performed? All these comics being brave out here, getting weird with it. We're trying to make comedy work any way we can, staying positive, getting through it. We're almost through it, you guys. But in the meantime, we'll be doing this show the last Tuesday of each month. So come check it out again. Tell your friends. And if you want to perform on this show and you're checking it out at home, let me know. Drop me a line. There is Schtick Chicago on Instagram. And then you can also follow Schtick Chicago on Facebook. So we're all over the place. Again, if you can donate to Annoyance, it's a wonderful theater. I know some people here performed there, went to shows there prior to all the craziness. We're hoping to bring it back again soon. I know Second City is going to be opening up their doors beginning of May. So hopefully we're close behind. We want to do it safe. But any donations you can throw Annoyance's way is always welcome, since this show is totally free. Cool. That's it. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Be good to each other.
Yay!